Colton Wilmoth wants a shout out.
Can everybody see us? He's late.
I'm not late. This is as early as I get. Hello.
I don't know, I'm trying. Yep. Can you guys see us?
They're saying hi. They can see us.
It's gonna go so fast. Okay.
So we're waiting for Dad to get back with the combine right now. We had to run up in the yard and dump a couple of trucks. We were waiting on the holding tank to get some room in it. We dumped a couple of trucks and Dad's going to be bringing the combine out here. He should be here any minute. So Becky and I are waiting in the Challenger right now. You can see the grain cart behind us. No audio? One guy said no audio. No audio. Is there audio, guys? That guy says pedal to the, tell Dad pedal to the metal, so he heard us. That guy's audio good. We can hear you. All right, thank you guys. What's your plan?
My plan?
Yep.
I'm supposed to have a plan?
Yep. Oh, there's only 1,600 people watching us wait for the combine. Drew Tibbert from the seat of a 9420 by Grand Forks. And Nader Tot.
How's the Challenger running so far?
So far, I like the Challenger. It's smooth. It's quiet. I get a lot of people that tell me the Challenger cabs are loud, but it's not. It just isn't. It's nice in here. The biggest thing I'm struggling with is it's basically a spaceship. Everything's got to be programmed right, and it just drives so much different. So when we get into a rhythm and we're doing the same thing over and over, it's nice and smooth. I have no problems with it. But as soon as something out of the rhythm happens, I panic and I miss the joystick or I step on the clutch or whatever. So it messes with me that way. But the tractor is nice.
And how's harvest going so far?
So far, harvest is good. We've only got 60 acres of soybeans out, probably close to 250 acres of corn now, probably, which is really unusual for us. Usually we've got almost all of our soybeans out before we start on corn, but it's strange in this area this year. The soybeans are slow, and the corn was a little bit ahead, so it just is what it is. This is pretty early, actually, for us to be going on corn, so that's good.
Are you switching from John Deere to AGCO?
No. But we like the tractor, but no, there's no plans to like switch all of our stuff over and switch over to AGCO. Kevin Kern, thank you. 2.3 thousand. It's raining nonstop in Iowa. We've had a lot of like heavy, rainy, misty days. Not heavy rain, but just foggy days, and that's why we're going on corn. That's why we're not worried about soybeans right now.
What's the update on the horsepower increase in the 9870?
Good. It's good. Yesterday, I posted on Instagram. I took a picture of it climbing the hill. We were going up a pretty good hill. The hopper was full, 12-row header, chopping head. It was unloading, taking in 200 or 220 bushel corn, and it didn't complain a bit. Parker McCowan, let's get the donations going. Love the tractor. Thank you, Parker. Buy the Challenger, says some guy. Rowan Foot, thank you.
Somebody wants to know what your Instagram account is. I think it's Millennial Farm, or
I think it's MN Millennial Farmer.
Oh, it is. You're right. I was thinking of Snapchat.
Michael, what's Michael's? Mike, I can't think of your page name all of a sudden. Farming Dreams. Now I forgot what I was going to check on my phone, but I had a text from Mike.
Zach's a 5th generation farmer.
Do they want to see the combine here? The combine's back.
Somebody's telling me to turn on slow chat. Can you tell me how to do that? I'm only a little bit tech savvy. Huh?
See, there, I messed up the Challenger. How did you? Oh, you got it in selfie mode. You could just flip the screen around like this. How do we do it? Camera flip. There we go. Plan to keep the Challenger or to get one anyway? Well, no, not at this time. I mean, no. We would have to drop another tractor, but we'll see when our demo is up on this what we decide to do. How many acres you have to harvest yet? Quite a few. 2,200 yet. Chris Meyer, our country depends on you and family here in Texas. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
They want to know where the kids are. They're with Grandma. I'm
Yep.
going to break from the little buttheads.
So they're picking us up. Is the audio fine when we talk like this? I mean, I'm just
Yeah, I think it must be.
train enthusiast. Put this towards the Challenger. Put this towards the down payment on the Challenger. That's I'm gonna need a lot more of those.
How are you liking the new header?
We like it. We like it quite a bit. We're definitely. Obviously it takes in corn faster, so we struggle a little bit. I think we're going to struggle more to keep up when we really get going. Right now we're kind of running around. We're not in full-fledged harvest mode yet by any means, so we've been able to keep up this far anyway.
Somebody wants to know if we have a logo for iPhone cases. We don't, but
That's a cool idea.
we're actually thinking about getting a new logo. What do you think of that?
There's another thank you, Canadian farmer.
Does anybody have any good ideas on what our logo should be?
We're trying to come up with a better logo that's a little bit more, what would it be, more, a little bit less Minnesotan, because we have a few viewers that are not necessarily from Minnesota.
What have you been running for moisture?
Well, it's been 22 to 24 most of it. Your thoughts on red versus green? They're all good. You know, honestly, they're all good. I don't have a lot of experience running anything case. We had a case tractor when I was younger. This farm was all farmall stuff for many years before my time, obviously, but
I want to know where we take our soybeans.
a large majority of our soybeans in the last few years have gone down to Mankato, Minnesota, or CGB in Savage, Minnesota. That's where we've sold a lot of them in the last couple of years. Before that, our co-op bought quite a few of them. The Claas combine, we have set up Challenger and Claas, yeah?
Are you going to get an S-Series combine?
I would think someday. How good is the, I can't see what I'm pointing at. Yeah. I would think someday we'll get an S-Series combine, but right now they're still so expensive. And we're really happy with our 98. 98's got something bumped on the screen. It says something on the iPad.
Nice. Sorry, fixed it. Have you ever been to Canada?
I have been to Canada. Not too far, but I've been to Winnipeg several times, and Estevan, Saskatchewan a few times. Places where they have racetracks, that's where I've been.
Merrick Marlowe would like a shout out.
Merrick, is that right?
Yeah.
Merrick Marlowe. Shout out.
That's the last one for the day.
got, Meg? What else?
How many acres do we have in?
In so far about 250 of corn and 250 of corn and 60 of soybeans.
How old are you?
I am 12.
Haha.
34. Just turned 34.
You want to know why I'm not working? I am working. I'm in charge of the camera. Come on now.
Okay, I'm on.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings.
I don't know about that.
Then you can get out of here. They're going to want to see this, but...
What speed are you running with the new header? We're using YouTube to stream, no special app. How long has Zach been farming? Since birth?
Since birth. I was born on the family farm.
Isla is doing great. Thank you for asking. We just had a follow-up with the doctor yesterday.
Yep.
And they said she's super lucky, and yeah, that's about it. It's kind of crazy. Considering when Rhiannon was that age, she jumped out of her crib and fell onto carpet and shattered her elbow. So Isla apparently is superhuman. Are we on Facebook? Yeah, we are. Minnesota Millennial Farmer. The video is reversed. Yeah, I'm not sure how to fix that. I know there's a way, but... How long has Zach been racing?
Since I was 15.
And you raced go-karts, what, for a long time before that?
Yeah, I ran go-karts for a while before that. Jacob Wilmot. Hi from Cedar Rapids. Thank you. Hola, Andy. You guys do ride-alongs. Well, not really.
No, we don't do farm visits either.
Unfortunately, at this point.
Too busy.
I went to tech school. Somebody asked if I went to college. I went to tech school and have a degree in automotive machining and high-performance engine building. Jean-Pierre Lassard. Hi, I'm the Minnesota Farmer. Buy WD-40. Love this channel. Thank you, Gene. How's it yielding? You know, in this field, not that great. This field never is that great. And we had some hog manure put on it last year, and it's just not doing like we wanted it to. But the first field did right around 200. I know we're going to have fields that don't do that well. This one isn't going to do anything close to that, but we'll have some fields that do better than that too, I hope.
Somebody wants to know what happened to Isla. You can go watch the video. It's only like, I think it was last Friday's video, but otherwise she stepped off the tractor and landed on her head.
Yeah, she fell off the side of the 9560 RT. She fell backwards off the platform when I opened the door, and she was just stepping back trying to get away from the door, and went straight down head first, right on her head. About a 5.5, 6 foot fall right onto the gravel. She is okay. She did have a concussion.
No, we're not Packers fans.
Never heard of those ladies.
How do you suppose is the best way to interest your girls in farming, and how would you support such a career choice? By involving them as much as possible.
I would think. This field here is just a 40, so it's pretty short rounds. We'll probably be dumping every round because he's not going to be able to make a round and a half, so we'll just keep making short rounds and dumping every time headed east.
Do we have any quads?
We do not.
No. Do we think we'll ever make a video with other YouTube farmers, like look at farms or how farms works? I don't know.
I would think eventually. I'm going to go to California and meet up with Matt Slager sometime. Rice Farming TV, check him out.
Greetings from Finland.
It's a ways.
How big of an adjustment is it to go from an 8-row to a 12-row driving the cart?
Driving the cart, there is less downtime in the cart for sure. I don't do a lot of waiting at all. You know, I actually have not driven a ton of grain cart over the years. Usually I run a combine or a truck.
What was the first tractor you ever drove?
Massey, some cabless Massey 45 something series, I believe it was, is what Grandpa had when I was really young. But the first one I actually did jobs in the field with when I was in 3rd grade was a white 135.
What do we think of Farming Simulator? We don't really play video games.
Not a video gamer.
Appleton, Minnesota. Are there any ducks this year?
I used to hunt ducks in Appleton every weekend when I was in high school.
Do we have dogs? We have one dog. We have an Australian Shepherd mixed with Blue Heeler and Border Collie. And she just chases birds all day. Waterloo, Iowa.
I used to more often. I actually bought a new muzzle loader last fall, and I'm gonna do some deer hunting with my boy again this year now. So Onyx is the one that's gonna get me back into it. He already has. I had a lot of fun last year hunting with him.
Does Onyx want to farm when he grows up? I don't know if he really, it's hard to tell.
They always show the most interest in it when they're little. You know, like right now, Isla shows the most interest
Yeah,
in it.
when they're 2 and 3, they all love the tractors a lot. Right now, Onyx likes Fortnite. Does anybody else like Fortnite?
Onyx likes Fortnite and football.
Sports,
hockey,
football,
and
hockey,
baseball.
yeah.
It's fine with me.
Did Zach play any sports? No, maybe
Well,
when he was little.
Yeah, I played a lot of baseball when I was little. I played some soccer. What else?
Justin Bennett lives 5 miles from us.
Justin Bennett?
Yeah.
We know a lot of Bennetts. I don't know if I know Justin.
We have raced in Madison, Minnesota a lot.
Many times. Awesome track.
What's the moisture in the corn? I think we've already answered that. But
22 to 24, 25. Which if you're from Illinois sounds crazy high. If you're from Minnesota, especially where we're at, it's not so bad.
thought about racing a different division? He's raced.
I've run Midwest modified, and late model. Those would be the three that I've run.
How much does our grain cart hold?
1,300 bushels.
No, you can't come to our farm.
Here's the cool part, Becky, about this Challenger. Feel how smooth that is?
Yes.
We're going 16 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, and we're not bouncing all over the place. And it's quiet in here.
Have we looked into strip till? Does that mean no till?
No, that means strip till.
Oh, so you strip or till between the rows?
You till where you plant the rows.
Oh.
Actually, I would like to do that with our deep bander and take off every other shank and sort of do a strip till style of thing. Maybe. If we have time for it this fall, I have permission from the boss man to do it.
Do
5
we
to 4, you gotta
spray
turn your lights on, so it looks cooler for
fungicide?
YouTube. We sprayed about half the beans with fungicide this year. Corn, we actually have some fungicide testing going on right now. Don't have any results yet, but I'm hearing that they're good from the other guys that have tested the same stuff.
Somebody's having barbecue ribs for dinner. That sounds delicious.
Sure does.
Zach and his dad do farm together, yes. Nathan would be the majority owner. Do I help with harvest? Not yet, but hopefully soon. How fast does the combine fill up? Depends, I suppose.
Depends on the yield. Pretty quickly. In this field, not quick enough.
Zach's dad is driving the combine right now. He's been driving the combine the majority of the time this year. Zach's the only one who's really figured out how to drive the Challenger so far.
Well, Nate 2.0 had he ran it yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Did
one
pretty
of
well.
our work hands was in the grain cart yesterday. Am I from Minnesota? I am. Can you tell? Some people, I know in the lives before, people think that I'm from Canada. I was actually born in Texas.
It's because you give off a lumberjack vibe.
I give off a lumberjack vibe. This is the flannel. How many acres do we own versus rent?
We own, between Dad and I, we own 45% of what we farm, and then the rest is rented.
There are a lot of people here.
How many are there?
3,500. What does Zach's dad think of the YouTube?
He thinks the same thing I think. It's crazy.
So crazy.
It's crazy. I just turn the camera on every once in a while when I work.
We don't really know how it happened.
Yeah, throw it together and there you go.
And why are we growing so fast? I don't really know that either. It's kind of an anomaly. I don't know. We really don't know. But thanks for watching and subscribing.
Is there anybody here who's been with us, like anybody that is in the first 1,000 subscribers? that. I know what my cash flow is like, and I can tell but yeah, I mean, I know it depends on how many bushels that you make. You know, your cost per bushel is going to change if you grow 200 bushels or 180.
How is the mud?
Not bad. We're not bad. We've been lucky. We've had rains. It's a little bit muddy on top, but we're not fighting it at all.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be almost 80.
And then 32 at night.
Storms and yeah, 32 at night.
80 degrees, then thunderstorms, and 32 snow in the morning.
Typical crazy Minnesota weather. I don't know if it does that anywhere else. How long has Zach's family been farming?
Since 1876.
And where did your great grandmother come
Sweden. Somewhere over there.
What aspect of your operation do you wish was more efficient? Do you have any possible solutions? It's a good question.
That's a loaded question. Hold on, I gotta think about that. Don't ask another one or I'll forget. What aspect do you wish was more efficient?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any idea where I would go with this answer other than to the consumer. You know, the farmer ends up being the guy that we produce the product, and then it gets sold to somebody who sells it to somebody who sells it to somebody and then sells it to somebody before it ends up, you know, as feed or in cereal or as fuel or whatever. And I think that to me seems inefficient, but I don't know how else you do it with corn and soybeans with the way that the business model is structured right now. I don't know how you change that. Obviously, direct field to farm when you're growing. If you're growing small acre vegetables and you're direct farm to table, I guess is what I meant to say there. You're directly the farmer right to the end user, to the consumer. I mean, that is as efficient as it could possibly get. But that's an entirely different business model.
Do you have a favorite grain bin brand?
No. They're all kind of terrible.
If you could be anything other than a farmer, what would you choose?
Ballerina, maybe? Why do you look like a toothpick?
He's no toothpick, trust me.
Engines in the semis, I saw that somewhere. Cats, the red ones, the T800s, they got cat motors. They're only C13s, but they're pretty good. They're cat, torque monsters, so we like them. Unfortunately, the W900 has got a torqueless Cummins in it, and we struggle with it. The W900 looks cool, but it just doesn't have the power.
How long have we been married? Over half our lives.
No. That's how long we've known each other.
That's how long we've known
For
each
Pete's
other.
sake, Beck.
Oh.
Your math is terrible.
Well, I can't multitask as good as you.
Hi!
Why don't we harvest in the summer? Well, because we live in Minnesota and our growing season is extremely limited. For Pete's sake, Beck. I know, terrible. That person must have been from Minnesota too. Do we grow any wheat or rye? We do not.
Very little wheat around here. Rye is, I don't think I've ever seen anybody grow rye to actually market it. Some guys try it as a cover crop. Ask Randy, Master Pipe Layer, how did that rye work out for you? Sounds like sometimes good, sometimes bad.
He does not play Farming Simulator. Somebody said I'm a smoke show.
Smoke show.
I can't help but giggle, I'm sorry.
you seeing any herbicide resistance issues? How is resistance managed in corn and bean rotation? Are they both R&R or one L and L?
Our stuff, there is a lot of Liberty Link around here. Our stuff is all Roundup. We do have a good amount of Extend beans. As far as the resistance goes, look at how terrible this corn is. Water hemp and giant ragweed are the big issues for us right now. Water hemp being the main one. You know, we have not done too bad with it. We've gotten a lot of chemicals through Hefties, and what they've suggested for chemistry has been good. We've had pretty good control of the water hemp in our fields. How do you guys like the styling of that Challenger hood, huh?
Well, somebody was asking if we were in the Challenger. We
are in the Challenger, yeah.
And they want to know where's the second combine.
It's in the yard because we only run the second combine on soybeans.
Ever raced at Cedar Lake? You betcha.
You betcha. For Pete's sake.
It's a fun place. Oh, what are our feelings on the tariffs in place for soybeans?
Haven't heard anything about them. Just kidding.
There's
Just kidding.
something going on? There was a big thing yesterday with dairy in Canada. I don't really know. I haven't.
Well, the trilateral agreement, Beck.
Sure.
For Pete's sake.
We live in central Minnesota.
For Pete's sake, Beck. That's our new, like, I'm going to have to say that in every video.
Somebody wants to know what your favorite TV show is. Zach's currently indulging in Cheers.
Cheers.
Classic.
That's my show. I watch Cheers and I watch David Dobrik, and that's about all I ever watch.
Oh no.
Little rice farming TV. Now and then. What's the oh no?
I lost it in my phone, but I found it.
How many acres do we farm? 2,400 right now. Why can't you unload the harvester into a semi? Because it's just slower. This way it's more efficient. The combine can keep running.
In tomorrow's video, we'll have a great explanation on that.
See, there's a plug.
I edited
Check out.
it this morning.
Why do we run a grain cart and not dump the combine directly into the semi? Stay tuned. Right after this, I screwed up. I had nothing.
You can't edit when you're live. Whoa,
That's true. Yeah, I could
so
edit that
fast.
normally.
Okay. That works.
My son Walker says, "Hey, hello, Walker, Sonny Walker." Those
We have
comments,
heavy dew. Not yet. Like
yeah, Mountain Dew.
soon to be diabetes.
It's been really foggy in the mornings lately. Heavy mist. That's why we're not going on soybeans, because they soak it all up, and then all that we can get to is the corn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and figure out this slow chat mode. I don't really know how to do it.
Don't screw it up, Beck. There's only 3,800 people watching, so we should build this for Pete's sake. All right, well, you figure that out. I'll find a question here. Case IH, do you like it? Yeah. I mean, but not as much as John Deere or Challenger.
I know how to do it.
Oh,
Let's
she
turn
knows.
this around so it's not in my face. There we go.
So what does it do then? Does it get rid of some people's comments?
No, I think it just, I don't know, let's just
For
try
Pete's
it.
sake.
Just try it. No, that's not gonna work.
Is Randy tuning in?
Whoa, we can add filters. Black and white.
Have you raced an I-94 Speedway about half the weeks this year? Heck yeah, we've raced an I-94.
We're happy we hit 100,000 subscribers too. It's made all the late nights of editing worth it.
Hey Randy, we're live on YouTube right now. Are you watching? And you weren't live on.
Are we hiring? We're not hiring. We get that question a lot. We're always looking, I guess, for people who truck. Right? Is that how you say it?
Typically, people that can drive a semi a
Finding
lot of the
good
time.
semi-truck drivers is hard.
We got them for this fall.
But I have a tip, guys. If you're looking for a job, you shouldn't just send random messages on Facebook. You should send a resume.
Well, I don't want to look through a bunch of resumes.
No, we don't want to do that either. But
Yeah, don't do it. For Pete's sake, though.
Isla is doing great. The moisture in this particular field right now.
5 to 4. There's 4,000 people watching. They're curious as to what the moisture is right now in the corn. You can live, you have to.
Very lot. This field has been down to about 21 or so, and up to about 25 in some of the low spots.
21 to 25 variability.
I don't know if you can hear Zach right now because his sweatshirt's blocking him. 21 to 25% moisture in this particular field right now. We do not have any acres of wheat or milo.
There is no milo around here. I don't know where you take it.
And what are we yielding right now? This field isn't doing great.
Yeah, not good. I couldn't honestly tell you what this field's doing, but not good.
How late do we combine at night? Until the dryers are full? Or until Nathan says it's time to go to bed? Nathan is Zach's dad. Who drives the truck? Well, we have several different guys who drive the truck for us. Why do we dump every pass?
Well, mainly I was doing it because you guys were watching. I thought it made better entertainment. Plus, we were close to the trucks. I'll probably just turn around this time.
We deliver to the Benson ethanol plant. Sometimes Little Falls, not very often lately.
Yeah, we haven't delivered to Little Falls for quite a while. Usually Benson or Morris.
Morris.
Denko or Seavec.
If Zach were offered a position as a spokesperson for a farming company, would he quit? No. Would he quit farming? No.
No.
Does Field View Map yield directly off the combine?
Yeah. So he's got his field view monitor in there, and it goes. Yeah. It's a live view of the yield on his field view monitor in the cab right now, which is just, when I say field view monitor, it's just an iPad with the field view app, and the machine Bluetooths it directly to the app. Right. You got to see the smoke show, for Pete's sake. Your farthest field from the farm. We're pretty lucky. Our farthest field is 5 or 6 miles straight south, and there's straight south and straight north.
Zach is 32.
Oh, up to years old?
Yeah. 33?
I just turned 34. I'm an old millennial, but I checked. I'm a millennial.
Don't ask how old I am, because I don't know that.
I have no idea how old you are.
We do have Snapchat. Zach just doesn't, he's an old millennial. He doesn't really get into his Snapchat that much.
I only use Snapchat for joking around with Randy every
If
day.
you want to add him on Snapchat, you can, but we're not going to add you back. So I think it's Millennial Farmer.
Let's see what Randy has to say. Oh, Randy. I better skip that.
Do we know Welker Farms? We don't. But they're not that far from us. They're
Can't say that
Montana,
word
right?
live on YouTube, Randy. Don't do that. Can't say that. Somebody say something about Welker Farms?
Yeah.
How much is a truckload of corn worth? It depends on how much you sell the corn for. But if you say you've got 900 bushels of corn at $3, $27.50.
Zach and I met at a party in high school. I traveled a ways and ended
Where's
up
Mike?
there. And
I don't know if we'll come back to the National Farm Machinery Show or not. Keep in touch, maybe. We got a couple other things we're going to go to.
we want to go to the Commodity Classic.
In Florida, yeah.
I want to go to the Commodity Classic, I should say.
Look that one up, Mike, the Commodity Classic in Orlando.
That, or there's another one in Florida.
A farming one?
Yeah, I was just reading about it. So do you guys think we should do regular live videos? We were thinking during harvest to do like one a week. Would you get sick of it? Or it seems like
Turn
people
slow,
like it.
turn slow chat on, they're saying. Does that make it better for them?
It must,
Change
because
for
they
them?
can't read the comments. I don't know. I'll have to, I don't think I can do it this video, but I'll go home tonight and I'll figure it out before we do our next stream, maybe. I was watching How Farms Works live stream the other night, and he's super good at it. Maybe he can
That is
send us
live
yeah,
stuff?
he can send us tips. But he also was doing his from a computer, so I think you probably have more options when you do that. What time is it here? 7 o'clock.
PM. Slow chat. Let's set a delay between people sending messages so you can set it to only allow people to send in messages every minute. Ah. I see.
I bet I have
I
to.
think I got the idea.
I think I have to do it from a computer. Somebody wants to hear from Captain Jeffrey John again.
I don't know how he's doing. Jeffrey John has not contacted me in quite some time. This thing is really zoomed in, man.
Yeah, red truck sitting over the pit, it's empty too, so you can just pull it in there and unload it over the pit.
10-4.
Do we plant variable rates? We do.
We do, yes. But I write the prescriptions myself actually on FieldView. Because we believe in our experience that there's nobody clearly better than the farmer themselves writing their own prescriptions for their own variable rate seeding, because it's difficult for somebody who doesn't know your fields to write a prescription when they don't know, is this a low yielding spot because it's a hilltop or a bottom, unless you layer the data and you have topography maps in there and everything. So I just write them on FieldView. Can you explain how the corn dryer works? I got some old videos that talk about it, and I will hit on it again this year, but basically the corn flows through the walls of the dryer, and it blows really hot air through the center and forces it to go out through the corn, because the walls of the dryer are perforated, so the hot air has to come out through the corn, and that dries it down.
Connie wants to know where I got my shirt. I got it from
I knitted it.
Zach made it. Farm
made it.
Focused. Zach also has a Farm Focus shirt on. We didn't even plan that.
Or were they? Maybe they were wondering about your flannel.
I don't know where I got
Walker
my
wants to
flannel.
tell Zach he's making his own farming channel. That's awesome, Walker.
Okay.
Mike Dooning, how did an ugly guy get such a beautiful wife? I don't know. I wonder that every day, but I try to keep it a secret from her.
Boy.
You know where Waseca, Minnesota is? I do. I do know where Waseca is. Do you party hard after harvest? I do. Sometimes I party hard during harvest.
Going to a fun Halloween party this year, as long as harvest is done.
friends have a pretty dang good Halloween party. And then I regret it for half of November.
Do you use urea or anhydrous for your nitrogen? And do you apply micronutrients to your corn like zinc, boron, and magnesium?
Manganese?
Manganese. If so, have you seen a significant yield gain?
Okay, so first part of the question, typically we use anhydrous because for a couple reasons. Number one, it's usually cheaper, and we can get it on in the fall and have it done, and then we're not compacting the fields in the spring with urea floaters. However, ideally urea is probably the better product if you have a nicer dry spring and you have the time to get it on. Urea is probably the way to go, but we live in the real world, and so we are forced to make some other decisions, and we typically use anhydrous. As far as micronutrients go, we have not done much testing with micros. A little bit, not a lot, more so on soybeans than corn. And the little bit that we've done, no, we maybe saw a little bit on it from soybeans, but it wasn't enough that we continued to put it on all of our beans by any means.
We could never compete with the corn warrior guys.
Geographically, we are just not in a location where we could compete with guys from Georgia or Illinois where those corn warrior guys are at. It's just geographically we're too far north to grow 500 bushel corn. You literally want me to quit my tech job and start farming. Seems more fulfilling. Do you drink coffee a lot? I don't drink coffee at all. It's in the iPad. I bumped the iPad again. I bumped the home button and then you guys go away and you gotta, by we I mean my wife has to figure it out. Hey, there's a good Challenger plug. Look at that. Would you consider a Kloss combine? I don't know.
I don't know what a Kloss combine is. I'll go home and look it up.
It's a combine.
Oh, somebody was asking about living in the farm shed. So we've been in the farm shed now for almost a month, I think. We've been living here, and we're doing A-okay. We're both really enjoying
Hit a rock. If that had been the John Deere though, we would have flown out the door.
We're both really enjoying the farm shed, actually. We're enjoying the minimalism of it all, and the kids don't have anything to make messes with, and we have like no dishes, so there's no dishes to do, and the house cleaning is like way easier.
There's only 3 small rooms, so it's easy to clean.
But farm shed living will probably come to an end within a month to a month and a half, maybe. We'll see if all goes according to plan. How does your dad like the Challenger?
He doesn't dislike it, but he's too used to driving John Deeres and old school tractors. Not that new John Deeres are old school, but this thing is different. It's just different. It's completely different.
Kids are in the house with grandma at the moment. They're enjoying some grandma time before bed.
I just get $10.
No snow here yet. We had a couple flurries 3 days ago, but nothing. What's for dinner? I was thinking about
I got a
making
sandwich in
French
my lunchbox.
toast before I remember we were going live, and then I don't know. The kids are probably having cereal, maybe butter toast. Our kids are super picky. They're all at that age where they just really dinner time sucks. So I don't make a lot of dinners because Zach and I are the only ones who eat it, and it's just no fun.
I like it.
Well, nobody cares about you. Except these people, they care about you.
Thank you, Gage. Gage, like them. Why don't you use Peterbilts? Well, they're expensive and heavy. You like Kenworths.
Any advice for future farmers? I think
Off the top of my head, I wish I had something cool. I'm gonna have to think about that. Greetings from upstate New York.
future farmers should be ready
Don't
to,
think inside the box, I guess.
yeah, be ready for change and
That's I would say, in my opinion, I think farming is shifting right now, and there's a lot of opportunities to do something different. You don't have to do the same old thing. So don't get stuck thinking inside of the box just because that's how your grandpa did it and your great grandpa did it. Things are changing. People are interested in where food comes from, and that's opened up a lot of opportunities.
Zach is racing the Fall Classic in Alexandria this weekend.
There. With new tires on.
Will you have bells on?
Nope, just new tires. What drone do you have and where'd you get it? I have a Phantom 3 Pro that I don't fly that often because it's big and awkward. But then I bought a Mavic Air, right? I think that's what it is, the newest one. It's only been out for like 6 months, and it fits in the case like this big, and I can throw it in my lunchbox, and it's easy to fly. Speaking of that, I gotta get some harvest footage. What was the first combine you harvested with? A John Deere 9600. Do you want to kick Al Franken in the groin? No, I didn't know. No.
Zach and I don't really share political views really on anything, but I like Al Franken.
I don't dislike Al
I
Franken.
think he acted poorly,
I dislike
like
Mark
a lot
Dayton.
of men do, but I still, I don't know. That's when politics is playing.
Agribusiness management major. I didn't see from where.
We're combining corn right now.
How young was I when I first started driving tractors? When I first started really driving tractors in the field on my own across the field, 8 probably, or 9.
Currently, farming and YouTube are, well, actually those aren't your only jobs. Zach does a little farm business management, is that what you call it? Finance managing?
Yeah, farm business management.
Just starting out with that, and then YouTube and farming. And I just quit doing daycare after 9 years. And I hope to be able to start helping out on the farm, but right now YouTube is kind of turned into a full-time job for me.
There's Ryan.
Ryan, who?
Ryan from How Farms Work says
Oh.
congrats on the 100K. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Somebody said something about the hydraulic whine on the Challenger. I will say yes. There's not a lot of engine noise in this tractor, but the hydraulic whine when you're turning, especially, is real.
I don't enjoy the buddy seat as much as the John Deere buddy seat either. It's
Really?
much more narrow, I think.
I thought it looked bigger.
It has more lumbar support, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe my butt's too big.
How are you so awesome? Just
Don't-
more that way.
Don't make his head any bigger.
Just plain old awesome. IP excellence, I guess. I don't know.
When will the live stream end? I don't know. Maybe we started at 6:30, so maybe 7:30. I think it's about that
What
time.
time is it?
One of us has to go home to the kids' game. That'd be me.
Put them away. Gotta go put them in their cages.
I wish I could. Let's see. Next. Let's go all night. The
We're
dryer
almost full. Our
is almost
holding
full.
tank is full. We got 2 trucks full. Grain cart's about to be full. I'm full of it. How's the Challenger doing? It's all right. It's got its ups and its downs. You'll hear all about them. Stick around, stay tuned.
Are we considered hillbillies? No.
Zach would like to think he's a hillbilly, but he's pretty far from it. He's not really a redneck either.
I use the term redneck. What would you call it?
A Midwesterner.
Midwesterner?
We eat hot dish, if you were wondering.
What? I love hot dish.
Somebody actually asked what was your favorite hot dish.
My mother makes a wicked chicken hot dish. Haven't had it in a long time.
Our kids don't eat hot dish. What should we do with them?
Is crock pot lasagna considered a hot dish?
I think that lasagna should be considered a hot dish, but my Italian grandma did not approve that statement.
Jet Johnson. That's a cool name.
I think we considered maybe honest jet because on the list.
Far north to be a redneck?
Yes, I agree.
Maybe that makes some sense. Well, then what do you call northern rednecks?
Southern Canadians.
Southern Canadians? So, like, we're almost Eskimos?
Yes.
We're in between an Eskimo and a redneck?
Are not rednecks. I will not. Turn on the interior
For Pete's sake,
lights.
That
Maybe
helps?
we should make for
Bubba
Pete's
from
sake.
Minnesota. Love the videos. I'm from St. Augusta. I didn't see the rest of it.
Oh, I think for Pete's sake, Beck should be a hashtag.
Oh, it will be. It's going to be in a lot of videos now.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you.
Do you like Swedish meatballs? Well, yeah.
Actually,
Do bears
our
be in the
church
woods?
is having its meatball supper tomorrow night. So I'm going to bring all the guys meatball dinners. Who do we buy seed from? The majority of our seed comes from Channel Seed.
Northland Seeds.
Will we have more children? No. 3 is enough, and then
I had an accident, so there is no more children.
we also adopted our niece, and she was 4. It's a lot of kids. It's not.
Get 4 trucks. No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to email Ryan from How Farms Works and find out how to make our live chats more user-friendly.
Greetings
Or
from
Welker Farms, he does the most live videos, meaning he has
Yeah,
some
a lot
tips
of
for us.
Have you ever harvested corn with the 9650? We haven't. No, not this 9650, no. We had a 9750 for many years that we harvested a ton of corn with. And before that we had a 90. I don't remember. 9610? We did that in 9610. Next question.
Somebody was asking about merchandise. Here's the deal. We're seriously considering rebranding to make our logo more
More
universally
appealing to people that are not from Minnesota, because right now it's just a state of Minnesota logo.
When we designed our logo, we didn't realize that we're gonna grow to be this big. So we're not
Beer.
sure that the Minnesota logo appeals to everybody. So I think we're gonna rebrand and then we'll figure out our merchandise after that. Some of the comments I keep seeing over, I don't know.
I think you see them over because they just copy and paste the templates.
Oh,
I think
that's smart.
any chance of making a video with Nick Welker. I mean, I would. I don't see why not. I don't know what the video would be, but he's a long ways away from me. He's a long ways west. Plus, he's like a northern redneck, almost Canadian guy.
I did email Bunker Branding today. We'll see if they respond to us. I think they're pretty elite, and I think they're probably pretty choosy on who they choose, but we'll see. We've also maybe considering partnering with Farm Focused. So, I don't know. We'll keep you posted on the merchandise. Have we ever seen a tornado? Yeah.
This guy wants to know how much he would have to donate for me to get a Packers tattoo on my forearm.
$200.
200. Yeah, right. $200. Well,
Zach doesn't have any tattoos.
it would cost
Neither
a
do
few $100s to get it removed after you pay me, and then the emotional scarring of that would be a lot. I don't know if I can do that. Just kidding. Of course I could. But it'd be you'd have to donate a lot.
Nick says they got rained out from their soybeans, so it looks like they won't have to use all the cell data. Well,
Lucky him.
way to see the
It's
positive
the silver
side.
lining. Do they want to see the combine, or is it too hard to hold the feet up?
It's not too hard, but when I switched to the combine, I'm afraid they can't hear you very well. Okay, hang on. Here we go.
I don't know why he only has half his lights on.
Deer hunting videos. Here's the deal. Any videos that we do other than farming videos get
Nobody
like,
watches.
Nobody watches them.
They like. You guys like to see tractors.
When we've done
Who
our
doesn't?
family vlogs, or I mean, they just need to do them here and there, but we'd rather just give you guys what you want. In the wintertime, that's hard, obviously, because we don't have a lot of content in the wintertime. Has the tuner helped the harvester at all?
Yes, definitely, no doubt, no question. It's got more power.
What do we record videos with, and do you accept people's friend requests too? What's the easiest way to contact you? We use a Canon
G7X
Canon G7X Mark II,
and a GoPro.
we don't accept friend requests unless you're a friend. And the easiest way to contact us is via email. We're in central Minnesota. We don't have a live stream moderator. It's just us. We could make Master Pipewire Randy a moderator.
Is it worth giving me a little bit more? I got 51 now. I can run it up into the yard.
Somebody's wondering, did you get the aerial pictures of your grandpa's farm in the 80s? He sent them on Facebook.
I believe I did. I think he sent them a long time ago, but yeah, I got them.
Yes, we got them. We are near Alexandria, Minnesota, yes. How do we combat erosion in our areas since we don't plant rye or wheat?
Well, we don't have a ton of erosion. I mean, you know, you do what you can. We build a lot of, what would Randy call them? What does Randy call them? See if we can make it up this. Hang on. Told you to hang on. You guys okay? That was a lot of weight to take up that. Challenger did it though. You guys took a little spill. Oh, we're going back. What were we saying? Erosion. We build a lot of sediment basins to catch the water and then run tile under the ground to bring it underground instead of over the top. We do a decent amount of that. Show those inside lights on. Here, show them. Here's where we're going. We're going right into the yard to dump it straight into a truck. I'm going to do my best to not hit the downspout on the grain leg with the auger on the grain cart. so far for the most part, but the holding tank goes full quick. So we're struggling. We need a bigger holding tank. That's the next thing we need to invest in.
Have you considered starting a racing YouTube channel?
You know, I've thought about starting a racing YouTube channel, but my issue is
It's so much work.
I spend enough time keeping this channel going that I just couldn't fathom trying to keep up with the race, a second channel. I could not do it. But I do have a buddy who races around here that is very seriously considering it. So if he does that, I'll give him some shout outs. I can't say. You wouldn't know him anyway.
Shut up.
You actually wouldn't.
We are not millionaires. Far from it. Do we like Greenbelt beer? I do. It's good after dinner beer.
Beer is for dinner, Beck.
I don't
After
like
dinner?
to drink while I'm eating. What are you looking at? We're at the back in the farmyard, and we're
Why don't you show me?
not really there.
The trucks in the field are all full. And this was our empty truck, and we didn't have somebody else coming to get it, so this is where we went. So now, I gotta make sure I don't hit that downspout.
My mom would never judge Zach for not cleaning out the dryer. Don't worry.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. Somebody will get that one.
How many hours of editing does it take per video? Zach's a little quicker than I am, but right now it's averaging me 2 to 3 hours, I would say, from starting to uploading, I would say. For Pete's sake, Beck,
For Pete's sake.
go get the other truck. I'm waiting for Zach to teach me. This is the I'm really gonna love this. Would I consider driving grain cart to help during harvest? Yes, I am waiting to be taught. Who does the editing? Right now, I am doing the editing. In the off season, Zach has been doing the editing.
It's a group effort.
Do we have a fence? No, they don't. Fence
Well,
aren't.
This is a yellow skin
yes.
fent right here.
For Pete's sake,
For Pete's sake,
Zach, teach her how to truck.
Is it the same guy, or are they all
I
on the Pete's
don't
sake?
know.
That's good stuff.
Have we ever hung out with the Hefty Boys in South Dakota? We rode on their float in the Rose Bowl parade last year. That was kind of cool. How often you go over 80,000 pounds on your trucks?
Never. That's illegal.
Have we ever raced at Brainerd? Yes.
Not for a while.
Our children are with Grandma, don't worry. They get too noisy.
Howdy, Joe from Abilene, Texas. I think I did that right. It went fast.
Does Zach fish? No, he hates fishing.
No, I don't hate fishing.
Oh, you lie.
I don't hate it.
He does.
Just don't really ever want to do it.
Have we ever thought of raising livestock?
Well, Dad had cattle and hogs in the late 80s, early 90s, maybe. Hang on. I told you to hang on. just lost the smoke show. Are you okay?
I turned the blinker on.
For Pete's sakes.
Can't stop that.
Anybody watching?
There's a
Before
few. Any wheat? No, just corn and soybeans. Zachstad did kidney beans in the 80s.
In the 80s, in 2001.
Really? Next major investment. A larger wet bin. I think.
Larger holding tank, yeah. Maybe a fourth semi.
Any more cab corn?
Oh yeah. Get my neck.
It's not snow, it's corn dust.
Corn dust. Best and worst thing about farming in Minnesota. Like specific.
Going before the lake.
Yeah, we got a lot of nice lakes here. Our weather is tough. Minnesota weather is never consistent, so year to year is crazy.
Somebody's a potato farmer in Maine. I
Potato
did
farmer in
not
Maine, awesome.
know they farm potatoes in Maine. Isla is okay. Thank you for asking. She had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and the doctor said she's one lucky girl, and yeah, she's back to her normal self, which is hard to believe. Do we like hockey? Of course we do. We're Minnesotans. What else?
A few people asking about the Challenger. It is an extended demo right now. That's it. That's what it is. It's a demo. Challenger provided the tractor for a good amount of hours for us to run it this fall and see what we think and be honest about what we think and compare it to the Deere and let you guys know what we think about it.
Somebody said the Farm Progress Show. That was the other one I was talking
Okay, you
about.
can wait here and I'll make her on and be back.
So it'll either be the Farm Progress Show or the Commodity Classic that we go to this winter. I don't know how we're going to make that decision, but
Farm Progress is in Florida?
I think so. I could be wrong. But I can't keep them all straight. There's a lot.
We are Twins fans. We are hockey fans. Are you planning on buying a Challenger? Or are you going to stick with the Deere? I got to get out of his way. Just testing out the Challenger. We don't have plans to buy one, but we are thoroughly testing this one.
Yeah, there's edible beans around us. East, right?
Edible beans?
Yeah.
Most of them east, yeah. We got a lot of sugar beets to the west. Farm Progress is in Illinois. Bison or fighting chickens? Who's fighting chickens?
I have to get rid of my chickens when you move to the farm.
My thoughts on Kinsey planters? Well, they're not John Deere or White. I guess I like John Deere and I like White when it comes to planters. Have you ever crashed a tractor or the combine? No. For Pete's sake, Zach, he said wait there.
It's really
I
hard
like it.
to multitask.
I did, I darn near backed the combine into the grain cart one year. But Dean yelled at me on the radio, caught me just in time, scratched it a little bit with the big turn signal arm that sticks out on the side of the combine. Your thoughts on organic farming? Is it going to be the future? No, but there is definitely a future in organic farming.
You guys are crapping me up.
For Pete's sake, organic farming has a future. they do bug me with their marketing because they certainly drive conventional farmers into the ground as hard as they can, because everybody likes the word organic. It makes you feel warm and friendly, so they like to say a lot of bad stuff about regular farming as a marketing scheme.
Do you like to ride snowmobile?
I love to ride snowmobile. In fact, I raced snowcross for a few years.
Bud Light is for the devil. It's gross. You drink Miller Lite, Coors Light,
Anything other than
Bud Light.
At least Bud Light is not mid golden.
I drink fruity water sometimes.
What kind of sled? Polaris. All the way. Will the Challenger pull the 2730? I don't know, but we're gonna try it. I don't know.
Somebody wants to know where do the donations go? Into our back into our business, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Investing them in the Minnesota Millennial Farming brand.
Looking forward to another NASCAR style beverage commercial sometime soon.
Don't you wait.
What was the NASCAR style beverage commercial?
Put label out, Coke bottle or whatever it was. They're coming.
KJ, thank you, sir. I see that guy comment all the time. We are in the Challenger, yes. What's the biggest misconception about farming that drives me mad? That would be that, in general, it seems like people just like to tell us what we're doing wrong when they have absolutely no idea why we're doing the things we do. And the fact is that we do everything for a reason. It's a business. Farming's a business, and if you don't do it right, you're not going to be doing it for long. So, you know, we don't just make choices to try and make as much money as we possibly can in 1 year, because farming's clearly not a 1 year get rich quick type of thing. It's the complete opposite of that. So I wish people would understand that farmers are in it for the long haul, and we care about the planet and food safety and environment safety. Any lentils or peas? A few, but only on the irrigated stuff, which there's irrigated stuff 6-7 miles east of us, but right here, nobody's got an irrigator.
Somebody wants to know how we came up with the names for our kids.
There is a glove box for 6 packs of soda in the Challenger, yes.
I came up with Onyx's name searching on the Googler. And Rhiannon and we named when we were in high school before we ever had her.
Do you wear jorts? Funny story about that. Randy's got a good picture.
Oh.
Sometimes I wear jorts. Budweiser stands for because you deserve what everyone else should enjoy regularly.
Zach is 34. I just learned this tonight.
I'm older than she thought, I guess.
Are you guys ready for bed? Should we end this? Wrap it up?
Are we just babbling now? How big is our wet tank? It is about 8,000 bushels. If you write your own prescriptions, do you start with a baseline rate and increase or decrease by a certain percentage? Yes. Yes. I do.
We are in the Challenger
Thank you, Anderson Farms, on the congrats and the donation.
What is the Challenger M? What is that?
MT743. Yeah.
Will we ever expand our farmland?
I hope so.
That's the goal, right?
That's the
Keep
goal,
growing.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm not one of these guys that is gonna, at all costs, try and get bigger and bigger and bigger by trying to drive other people out. That's not my style. So yes, I hope to grow and expand, but not at the cost of others. And there's enough land that a lot of people can farm.
How many hours on the tractor? Does it say it on the screen somewhere?
It does. 45.3 hours on this tractor right now.
Oh, I see it now.
It came with 14 hours of testing on it right from the factory. Here, Beck, you want to hold this?
Yeah. We didn't forget about the iPad anymore. 2,500 acres. About half of that is rented.
A little over half.
A little over half.
Looks like the corn finally got a little bit better down
Zach says the corn is improving. What's our thought on hiring farmhands? Well, we have to, but we appreciate our farmhands. What do we plant over winter?
Beer in my belly.
Yeah.
Grows well. For Pete's sake. Ground is
Blake-
frozen hard here in the
Blake
winter.
wants to know if you've ever crashed your race car. You know, he has, Blake, a time or two, I don't know, what, maybe 2 dozen, all the time. What's the corn yielding? Should we get an update from Nate?
It's not good enough to ask. I don't want to know.
If we didn't rent farmland, would we be able to make a living?
Well, yeah, the structure of the business would be completely different. We'd go down to half the acres, so we would have to, we'd have to decrease the machinery line. The storage, we'd have way more storage than we need. I mean, it'd be a completely different business.
They want to know if you speak any other languages. Not really, but he does a pretty good job with Spanish, believe it or not. Just a little self-taught.
Mi español es muy poco. Pero estoy intentando. It's about as much as I know.
How do you know when cart is full?
I've got a scale. I'm looking at it right now. 45,000.
Sounds good, Walker.
46,000.
Have we been to the Mall of America? Yes, it's a terrible place. We wouldn't recommend going.
It's not so bad.
You would go to the Mall of America? Crazy.
I got 48 in there now. I haven't been paying attention how much more is going to be in one more pound here.
Yeah, I'm sure Onyxville race cars
I
eventually.
think it's on there, maybe. Yeah, that's all.
Onyx did do a little go-kart racing, but then they changed the rules locally and got rid of cages, so we had to
I've
quit.
got a little left in the hopper.
Somebody just told me last night that they've got some 10-year-olds in mini mods, is what they call them. But we'll see. I think we'll probably wait until it's 12. Future living quarter plans. We will be moving out of the living quarters soon into the farmhouse.
Cat, is that you?
We better wrap up. We gotta go
Better wrap
fix the
up.
bed.
What time is it?
8.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is to do another live next week at the same time.
For some reason, YouTube gets the times all mixed up. So it was always supposed to be 6:30, right?
Yeah, 6:30 Central Time.
It said like 3:30 for some people, and I don't know. There's something, I don't know if it's a time zone issue or what the deal is, but
We could maybe, it'd be nice to do it a little later so the people on the West Coast can catch it, but the problem is when it gets so dark, I don't know if it's
the kids got
all that good of a video. Well, we can get leaves. So,
6:30 again? Tell them. We should
yeah,
tell them.
6:30 next week, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night?
6:30 Central Standard Time.
So, let me put that on my calendar back.
And I'll look at the
I'll
super
be
chat
there.
or the slow chat thing.
Yes.
What else? Oh, thanks for subscribing.
100,000. Ridiculous.
Super exciting and
Crazy. Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it a lot. And
If you're not subscribed to the channel, then shame on you. You can leave. Or you can subscribe and stick around.
new video coming out tomorrow morning, probably 10ish, I think. Right?
The hydraulics sound louder than the Deere. Yes. Yes, it is. But the engine sound, probably a little quieter. It's quiet on engine sound, loud on hydraulics. I have to yell honk when I did it. And that one, that's not right. I still need to sub. Let me drive your tractor and then we'll. How many more hours will you work tonight? You know, not a lot, but I'll get up a couple times to check on the dryer.
Do we go?
When are you going to grow industrial hemp? We looked into it 2 years ago, and there was an issue with it because
Federal
basically,
financing.
basically the bank said hemp is federally illegal, and if you grow it, then we are not going to finance anything.
But I did just see, I don't remember if it was the Senate or the House just voted in favor of hemp farming. So I think it had one more place to go, so we'll have to follow that. But it would be a good option for us here in Minnesota.
You show the controls and how it all works. You know, I will do more of that in a video, in one of the videos. Right now we're kind of trying to wrap up the chat, the live, but I will show more of that in the videos. There's going to be a lot more of the Challenger in the actual videos.
Maybe when I learn how to drive a tractor.
Or next Tuesday. I would imagine this tractor will still be around on next Tuesday for the live, so maybe we can show more of that at that time.
Until then, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Oh. Bye.
Here we go.
Bye.